This is George Washington from Newsletter 6 with breaking news. Today, November 15th, 1777, after much debate, the Second Continental Congress has finally created the Articles of Confederation. Now off to Henry Knox to interview John Hancock for more information.
Now, John, what else was the purpose of the Articles of Confederation?
Well, we wanted to create a government that was really unified and one that the citizens could get behind and really take pride in.
I'm Henry Knox in Philadelphia with my friend John Hancock outside the Philadelphia Meeting House. The Article of Confederation debate has been going on, and John here was here to witness the whole debate. John, what's your take on the whole thing?
Well, we're all glad that the debate's finally over and the articles have been signed. And it was amazing seeing Sam Adams, John Dickerson, Elbridge Gerry, John Hancock, myself, Richard Henry Lee, Gouverneur Morez, Robert Morez, and Roger Sherman all signed the Articles of Confederation, and we're just glad it's all over.
Now, John, what was the whole purpose of the Articles of Confederation?
Well, our hope from the beginning was to create a stronger national government, but initially some of the states did meet together to deal with their trade and economical problems.
All right, let's send it back to George in the studio.
Before the Articles were ratified, it was used by the Congress to conduct business with other nations, deal with territorial issues such as the Native Americans. But now that the Articles are finally ratified, it hasn't changed much except make them more official and make better for the country. This is George Washington from News Center 6 with breaking news. Today, March 1st, 1781, after 4 long years, the Articles of Confederation have finally been ratified and accepted by all 13 states. This is a big day in American history. After America declared ourselves a nation, we needed a new system of government that would hold our country together and make us stand strong. This will definitely help us do that, as it will give us the power to declare wars, sign treaties, and settle disputes with other countries. This will be a huge advantage for us. Now let's take a look back at one of the major turning points in the war, the Siege of Boston.
Hello, it's April 18th, 1775, and after a week long of tension, there's been alerts that British troops have been marching from Boston to Concord, and their goal is to try to seize an arms catch. More will be coming on to the story as we get more updates. Good evening, colonists. This is John Hancock from News Center 6. It's April 19th, and after a long, hard day of fighting at Lexington and Concord, there's been a confirmed 49 colonists killed, 39 wounded, and 5 missing, and from the British, 73 have been confirmed dead, 174 have been confirmed wounded, and 26 are missing. This will only strive the colonists to take a stronger hold on Boston, and interviews from both sides will be coming in soon. An interview has just come in with Henry Knox, who may have some insider information on how to defeat the British. Here I have Henry Knox with me, who has some information on how to defeat the British. Henry, you have the floor.
Thanks, John. I have an upcoming plan with my friends, the Green Mountain Boys, to capture a fort near northern New York. This will be a huge turning point for the colonists, as we will collect many weapons from there. I can't reveal too much information because it's classified and I do not want the British to get their hands on it, but I believe it should be a powerful standpoint for the colonists.
Sounds good.
Thank you, John.
Good evening, colonists. This is John Hancock from News Center 6, and after a long, hard day of fighting, there's been a confirmed 49 colonists killed, 39 wounded, and 5 missing, and from the British, 73 have been killed, 174 have been confirmed wounded, and 26 are missing. The British still maintain the stronghold of Boston, but this will only make the colonists more determined to take it over, and interviews from both sides will be coming in soon. Hello, colonists. We have a breaking update. After 3 months of fighting, a major battle has erupted at Bunker Hill, and we'll be going live to the scene in the coming moments.
Colonists, we're live at Bunker Hill, and the battle has just reached its peak.
Yeah. We took the hill!
Many bloody battling hours, the British have taken Bunker Hill. However, there's been over 1,000 Redcoat deaths or injuries and over 400 Patriot deaths and injuries, and even though we lost this hill to the British, we should still be determined to get it back and to win this war. An interview has just come in with the general from the winning British side, William Howe. Let's go to that interview now. We're here with William Howe, who recently just defeated the colonists at the Battle of Bunker Hill. William, what do you have to say about your victory?
Hello, John. Although we won the battle, we did lose a lot of great men there, and I fear that it was a success too dearly brought. Although their sacrifice was not in vain, we still hold the strategic point of Boston, which is definitely a good advantage to have.
Thank you. George Washington has just entered Boston. This is huge for the colonists because he is a great leader and will be a huge positive for the colonists and will lead the Continental Army to defeating the British. After months of fighting, we finally have discovered a way to defeat the British. Now here's George Washington in an interview we got with him on how to do that. We're here with George Washington. George, how you doing?
Good.
We understand that you have a method on defeating the British Army. Please expand on this.
Yes, thanks, John. So I just received a message from Henry Knox saying that they just passed Lake George with many cannon that they got after taking over Fort Ticonderoga from the French. These cannons will be brought to Boston and will be a major turning point for us in the battle. This has been a very long and brutal battle. As I said to you earlier, it's on the history perhaps to furnish a case like ours, to maintain a post within musket shot of the enemy for 6 months. This has never happened and we need to end it now to take over Boston.
Thank you, George, and good luck with the rest of the war.
Thank you.
After weeks of traveling, Henry Knox has finally arrived in Boston. Let's go catch up with him now.
Thank you so much, Henry.
No problem,
This
George.
will help us in the fight against the British and will give us a major advantage, maybe possibly let us get Boston back.
Thank you, George.
Henry, what do you have going on here?
These, my dear friend John, are all my cannons that I have brought 300 miles from my capture at Fort Ticonderoga.
Well, you heard it here, folks. First, this is John Hancock from News Center 6 News signing off. Hello, colonists. After months of preparation, the colonists have finally started using their weapons sent from Henry Knox, the cannons, on the British soldiers. We just caught up with British Commander William Howe on how he feels about this. Hi, I'm here with William Howe, General of the British Army. William, what was your first reaction to hearing that the colonists were using cannons, and how do you think your army will do against them?
The cannons were a surprise, and Washington has kept an unrelenting bombardment going. Their encampment on Dorchester Heights is heavily fortified, and I fear losing too many men trying to take it. All my men tell me to leave this city and that we can't win this fight, but I tell them I will not be defeated by Washington and a band of rebels. They would have to bombard us for 2 straight days to get me to leave this city. If we were to leave, we would retreat to Halifax in Nova Scotia. It's a plan I've created a while ago, just in case. But it will not come to that. And if we do leave, I'll take their Liberty Tree with me, so to take their hope, even if they do take the city. Although we have taken their city and we have treated them bad, I do feel sympathetic towards them because I have come to realize our treatment of them has been harsh and irrational, but the King and Parliament's orders are supreme. Despite my confidence in my plan, we're probably going to retreat. They brought this on themselves, though, although my worst fear is that, like Bunker Hill, keeping Boston will be a success too dearly brought.
Thank you. After days of American bombardment against the British, General George Washington believes that he can finally defeat the British and finally take Boston for the colonists once and for all.
We're live at the battle scene where the battle has just reached its peak. Let's see it now.
Fire! There's too many. Retreat to Halifax. We did it! We rid the British from Boston. Boston is now ours.
Well, colonists, as you just saw, the Americans have taken over Boston, and this is a huge day and one that will surely be remembered. Soon we will have an interview with George Washington as a post-war interview to see how happy he is. Thank you and good night. Hello. We actually have a bit of change of plans, and Mr. General William Howe will be joining us. Gentlemen, how are you both doing?
Good.
Good. Very good now that we won.
Poorly. Not gonna lie.
We have some questions from viewers at home. Mr. Washington, to what extent were the colonists justified challenging British policies?
Completely justified. The British were so unruly to the Americans. I mean, the Intolerable Acts were just ridiculous. and taxation without representation. I mean, come on. That's just ridiculous.
Very interesting, very interesting. And General Howe, how were the Americans able to overcome the odds against them and defeat you guys?
Well, they fought with hope, and those cannons in the siege of Boston really halted us. And yeah, it was just horrible planning and train of misfortune.
Indeed. And Mr. Howe, before we let you go, any last words?
Goodbye, gentlemen.
How immature. Mr. Washington, any last plans? What's next for the American colonists?
We're on to New York.